Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. First off, let's get this iTunes podcast set up. So let's hit that intro real quick. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show, streaming live on YouTube and also our audio podcast. It is good to see you. Good to see everybody on this beautiful Friday. We're trying to get back in the swing of things to our Friday at 1 p.m. or so Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you guys being here live to have this conversation. Now, today I wanted to talk about failing. Failing is something that we don't talk about all the time as a culture. Most people hide their failures and they only promote their successes. But without failure, would we really have ever been successful in the first place? What do you mean, Dolce? Well, as the stream continues to populate, I will break this down for you and hopefully help share with you some actionable tips and strategies to get you moving exponentially faster towards the world of success. Now, before we get there, I wanted to say I eat carbs t-shirts, boom, are available at dolcedietshop.com. Bam. You should be checking these out. You should be wearing these. They are awesome. I love them. I love you guys tagging me in the hashtag I eat carbs t-shirt. As we close in on 2 minutes, I will start this conversation, and I appreciate you guys for being here. Also, something new, we actually have access to the super chat now. This is a feature YouTube unlocked for us, which is pretty cool. I've never actually partaken in a super chat. So the super chat options are there for you if you choose to take advantage of those. And we'll see how that matters as the channel continues to grow. I guess what that will be is those who do chime in on the super chat will get extra priority with my in-depth, detailed answers to your questions or commentary on your own opinions. That seems to be best practices. But really, the focus of this conversation is to talk about failing and what we can learn from failing and how you should not be scared to fail in the first place. And what is failure? Failure is simply the lack of current skills or wisdom or experience to achieve some sort of task. That's the way I look at failure. So when we fail, it simply means we're not yet prepared to overcome whatever challenge might lie in front of us. As my motion detector software is going off in my well secured, well fortified homestead. It's actually really cool. I can see every inch of my property, both inside and out, with a rather sophisticated security system and some booby traps, even. Well, yeah, I said booby. Ha, ha, ha. But back to the failure. So when I say don't be afraid to fail, that means we have to push ourselves, because really, if you're not afraid to fail, you're not pushing yourself, you're not pushing your boundaries, you're not making progress, you're not moving those chains farther down the field. And oftentimes we will come up short on the first down, and maybe the second, and maybe the third, and maybe even the fourth, but it doesn't mean we quit. It doesn't mean we take the ball and we go home. It means we continue to refine our approach. It means we constantly work to get better. Now, that's something that a lot of people, they don't do. And this is the only difference between those who are successful and those who are not yet successful. The successful people are the ones who continue moving forward. They're the ones who try their best, who do their best, who constantly reevaluate their approach to whatever task may lie in front of them. So we can use that in strength training, right? The barbell can always be heavier. The movement, the execution of the lift can always be more difficult. As my hat is crooked, I think it's my head that's crooked. I don't think the hats are crooked. I'm pretty sure it's my head that is chronically crooked. But the barbell is a great analogy because the barbell can always be heavier, right? Let's say if you squat 400 pounds, then you want to squat 405, 410, 415, 420, 425. That number can always get bigger. It can always get heavier. And there is a line in the sand that will be outside of your ability to succeed, and you will fail. Oftentimes, the pursuit of success will lead in failure. This is not something you don't know, but sometimes we need to hear this from an outside source to reinforce that what you're currently doing is correct. Even if you have not yet become successful in whatever track you might be on, whether it's your career track, whether it's your relationship track, whether it's your wealth building track, whether it's your fitness track, whether it's your education track, it doesn't matter, because the little secret of the successful people is you will never be as successful as you want to be, because when you become a success at task A, you immediately aspire to achieve task B. That continues on and on and on. Bodybuilders, they get out there, they do their first bodybuilding competition, they get super shredded, they get off stage and they're like, huh. Some want to go back and do another bodybuilding competition and get a better trophy or a bigger competition or compete at a higher level. Or maybe they say, been there, done that, new goal. Now I want to be a endurance cyclist. Now I want to run a marathon or do a powerlifting competition or try a mixed martial arts event or maybe play tennis. Maybe they're going to go back and get their master's degree. Who knows what it is? But what I want you to focus on is there is always a new task at hand that we are ill-equipped for. The essence of being human, the essence of enjoying this human existence is in the attempt, the attempt at self-betterment, the attempt at self-improvement, the constant honing of our skills, of our experience, of our ability to do things that are outside of our grasp. This reminds me of an old school Rod Serling Twilight Zone episode. Some of you might have seen it, but the vast majority of people I've mentioned it to don't know what I'm talking about. But this is a great analogy for what I'm talking about when I speak about it's the struggle that makes us happy. It's not the token, it's not the medal that doesn't make us happy. This won't make you happy. It won't be the number in the bank account that won't make you happy or fulfilled or have your build your confidence. It won't do it. It's the struggle. So this Twilight Zone episode, it starts in this beautiful, luxurious New York apartment. And there's this well-dressed gangster type guy sitting in there. He's suiting his tie. He's playing pool and he's running the table. Every ball he hits falls in the pocket. These crazy shots and bang, 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 bang. He gets it done. And he's got all these beautiful women in his apartment just hanging all over him. He sits down. He starts playing poker with his buddies and bang, he wins. Bang, he wins. Bang, he wins. Whatever food he wants is there for him. And then he just gets to the point. He's like, get out of here. Everybody get out of here. He's so mad. He's so frustrated. He's not happy. Why is he not happy? He's not happy because everything is just too easy for him. And an angel comes to visit him and of course, pokes and prods at him a little bit. And it turns out this is a bad guy. This is a guy who's done a lot of bad things throughout his life. And he says to the angel, he's like, my God, I get it. I passed away. I died. I was killed. I was whacked, whatever it is. How the heck could I end up in heaven? And the angel says, you're not. You're in hell. Because it is hell to have everything so easy for us, so well provided for us. That is hell, because now we have no conflict to overcome. We have no challenge that's before us. If we have everything we want at our fingertips, life gets boring. If we're successful in everything we do at the first attempt, it means that we're not being tested. We're not pushing ourselves. We're not evolving. We're not improving. We're not getting better. So when I say don't be afraid to fail, that means put yourself in situations that you will fail. Calculated failure, of course. Don't get hurt. Don't risk injury, of course. Don't do silly things like that. Don't take your mortgage payment and go to Las Vegas. Of course not. But don't be afraid to fail in the pursuit of self-improvement and betterment. This is where we get better. We get better in constantly honing our fortitude and our discipline and our intuition and our ingenuity. That's where we get better. And that's what I want you guys to focus on. If you appreciate some of the stuff that I'm saying, then bang, 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 give this video a thumbs up. I certainly appreciate it. Now, let's answer some questions. Caster Troy is first. Mike Benavidez, thumbs up, coach. Thanks, Mike Benavidez. Brandon, hey, coach. What's up, Brandon? David McLeod, let's go, no hats. Go, no go. Go, no go. Flight, no go. Adam Gibson, hey, coach, I'm now 40 pounds down in 4 months. Thanks to you and the Living Lean Cookbook. Your videos keep me motivated and focused, as well as being well informed. Thanks for everything. You're my hero. Adam, I appreciate that, my friend. That's awesome. Congratulations to you. 40 pounds down. That is incredible. That is incredible. 40 pounds down is a dramatic lifestyle transformation. I say all the time, it's easy for most people to lose 5 to 10 pounds. It's not that hard for most people to lose 10 or 15 pounds. But once you have lost 20 pounds or more, you have truly changed your life forever. Now, someone like you, Adam, who's lost 40 pounds, who's kept the weight off and is now continuing to set new goals of self-improvement, you are the very person that this video was made to reflect. Your constant pursuit of improvement is such a powerful motivator. The fact that you've been able to persevere and push yourself and change your lifestyle and eat your meals and do your prep and grocery shop and plan in advance and do your exercise is dramatic. Now, what I like to say is if you can do this, if you can lose 20 pounds or more and keep it off, you have shown that you can do anything you put your mind to it. Adam, you fall in that category. Congratulations. Anelius got the notification. That's what's up, coach. Have a great weekend. Anelius, thank you for letting me know. And guys and gals, let me know if you do get that notification. I think YouTube is giving us a little more love lately, and we appreciate that. Robert Dos Ramos, boom. Robert, what's up, my man? Royda Del Val. Hey, Mike. Hey, Royda. Mike Benavidez. Are you familiar with the Conor McGregor versus the Mountain sparring where they fought? Do you think Conor would really beat him up in an actual fight? Rogan seems to think so. LOL. No way, man. The Mountain would crush him. Would crush him. Hafthor Bornson is a 400-pound monster of a man. One of the strongest humans in the planet. Conor's more technical. Conor has more skills, but that doesn't matter. All Hafthor has to do is get his hands on Conor, to grab him, to hold him, to squeeze him, to crush him, to pound him. Doesn't matter. Conor at 155, 170 pounds is simply not big enough. This is physics. Simply not big enough to take down and pound and beat and KO a massive monster of a man like that. And I'm friends with powerlifters and Olympic lifters and strongmen and Highland Games competitors and NFL players. All of these monster athletes, they are at a whole nother level. Now, don't forget, Hafthor Bornson is also a world's strongest man competitor. I think he won the world's strongest man competition, which has a large skill set of athleticism. This is an athletic guy. He might not know anything about fighting, but this is an athletic guy. You don't go and pick a fight with a 400-pound human being. I don't care who you are. So no, I don't. I disagree with Mr. Rogan and the rest of the world that might think that Conor McGregor would win in a fight versus Hafthor Bjornsson. He is a giant of a man, capable of doing things just physically so strong. I mean, 700-pound deadlifts for repetitions. There is a level of spinal strength that comes with that cannot be devalued. It's often misunderstood. The amount of strength to go from a 500 to a 600-pound deadlift is incredible. A 6 to a 7 is mind-blowing. A 7 to a 8 to a 9, I think he's up over a 9, was knocking on the door of 1,000-pound, a half-ton deadlift. This is a freak of a man, a freak athlete. So no, I don't believe that at all. Robert got the notification. Heck yeah, Robert. David McLeod, best places to eat in Las Vegas. Well, there is a Whole Foods right on Las Vegas Boulevard. That's a good place to go. You might want to consider Honey Salt that's in the Summerlin region. The Protein Source is another great place. They have 2 locations as far as I'm aware. There is I forget the name of the place now. There's another place in there that's kind of has like green. There's lots of like not fast food, but faster food that's really clean, organic, grass-fed, all that fun stuff, wild caught even. There's Skinny Fats, which is in the Southwest region. There's lots of great food areas in Las Vegas. I think Grubhub does great delivery. I mean, literally, you could get a grass-fed steak delivered to your house at 2 a.m. living in Las Vegas, which is phenomenal. Have fun out there. Where are you staying, David? Can Frankie Edgar make 135? I would say he could. Now, I've never done a lean mass analysis on Frankie. I've never looked at his blood work, so I don't know for sure. But seeing his height, I mean, his relative height and what he seems to walk around at when he was fighting at 55, he was walking not much higher above 55. Boom! Cue the gun guy. I appreciate you, my friend. The first super chat, a donation of $1.99. Ask, is sparkling water okay for the shredded diet? Well, it goes 2 ways. Now, I'm going to give a little bit of extra time and more context to those who take advantage of the super chat, as is evidenced by best practices under the YouTube guidelines. So cue the gun guy. Interesting concept, actually. I'm a bit of a gun guy myself. Most people don't know that, but we have, I think I own, between my wife and I, we own 12 different guns, rifles and shotguns and pistols and, semis and, quite a few fun little things. But anyway, is sparkling water okay for the 3 weeks to shredded diet? Now, that's not our main choice of beverage. Our main choice of beverage is purified water or spring water. Spring water is from an actual spring, which I have access to here in New Jersey. Don't have access to when I'm living in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, we use a double or triple filtration method of water purification. And Nestle actually has an excellent purified water in the plastic gallons, but we still run that typically through an additional filter. Sparkling water would be like a Pellegrino. And yes, I have glass bottles of Pellegrino sitting in my refrigerator because I love and enjoy the sparkling water, the refreshing flavor of sparkling water. Cue the gun guy. Now, with that, I must say, I don't drink the sparkling water with a meal because sparkling water, carbonated water, has a negative impact on digestion in that it causes the stomach to expand because of the carbonation, and it disrupts the digestive enzymes and the digestive process. So when I do drink sparkling water, it's usually an hour or two before a meal or an hour or two after a meal, usually like 2 hours after a meal, because it helps, or it's something that I enjoy. I really do enjoy the sparkling water, specifically the Pellegrino, and I'll typically squeeze some fresh lime into it. Now, if you have tried fresh squeezed lime in Pellegrino sparkling water out of an ice cold mug, oh my goodness. Now, I live in Las Vegas half the time, and I live in the East Coast of New Jersey for a good portion of the time, where it's hot all the time. It's everywhere I live, it's hot. Out here in Jersey, when the hot summer is beautiful, and then in Vegas, at a lot of other points throughout the year. Absolutely love it. So cue the gun guy. I hope this helps you. I hope that was a lot of context. Thank you for your super chat donation. I greatly appreciate that. Very cool. The first, I'll remember you forever, my friend. The super chat donation. It's really cool that we have that we, I guess, qualify for the super chat now, which will allow us to give much more context and detail. I guess you could say I'll go longer on some of these for you guys. And in time, we'll start to have some sort of criteria. Like those of you who do use the super chat, you offer donations or multiple donations. I want to be able to give back, not just through content, but maybe some free t-shirts, and maybe I'll give you discounts, let's say, or even waive your fee to like our certification. Our next certification, Dolce Diet Certification and Nutrition Conference, is August 23rd, 24th, and 25th, right here in New Jersey. And actually, I'll put up the link right now. shop.com at dolcedietshop.com. For anyone who does care, you want to come out here, you want to hang out, you want to spend 3 action-filled, knowledge-filled, exciting days, April or August 23rd, 24th, 25th, locked in the facility with myself, our team, and a bunch of brilliant minds from around the country. I think we only have domestic right now. Usually we have international people who come in. There's no experience necessary. You don't have to have your GED, or you could have a PhD. We have a wide array of individuals who come to these Dolce Diet Certification and Nutrition Conferences. And if you are a NASM certified, AFAA certified, or NSCA certified, we are a continuing education provider approved by NASM, the AFAA, and the NSCA for your CEUs. That's something that's very rare, but of course we have that for you guys also. Angelo, I'm happy to say I went from 215 to 198 as of today, from 3 weeks to shredded. Should I start the living lean or do another round of 3 weeks to shredded? I still have some belly fat to cut. Well, that's up to you. If you're happy where your body weight is now, I would transfer to living lean. If you want to get even lighter, even leaner, then continue on for round 2. Now, that additional like softer belly, that will snatch up, that will tighten back up. Why is this? Because when we lose weight as rapidly as you have done, you've lost 17 pounds in 21 days on 3 weeks to shredded. Double high five for you, which is phenomenal. It takes a little longer for the skin to shrink to your new, smaller body size. I've found it usually takes 1.5 the amount of time as it takes to lose the weight. So if it takes you 3 weeks to lose the weight, let's say 4 weeks to lose the weight, it'll take about week 6 or so. You'll really see that skin starting to get shrink wrapped. It just takes a little longer for the elasticity of the skin to shrink back to your new body size. That is awesome. Keep it up. Let me know how you go, and I am always here to help you. Jesse, how do I increase my cardio for a 5-round fight? Thanks for all your advice. I really take what you say to heart, and you've helped me out a ton. I actually have what's known as the Fighter Treadmill Workout that is in our #1 best-selling Living Lean book. You can get that right now on Kindle or on Nook as a digital download. You can go to dolcedietshop.com or amazon.com and get the paperback. I have the Fighter's Treadmill Workout. Excuse me. So I have that available for you. And basically it breaks down. It's a system of interval training in which you're running your heart rate up and then down and then up and then down for the 15 or 25-minute time that it takes to compete. Although I'm sure you're sparring. Now, sparring, be careful, because sparring should not be fighting. Sparring is training. Sparring is not fighting. You should not be knocking out your partners or getting knocked out, but sparring should mimic a very high pace that is safe. So both partners walk out of the session better than when they walked in, but this can and should max out your ability to gain and maintain condition. This should slowly, over 6 weeks, push you to the point that you have full confidence. I strongly suggest some form of interval style training to get that heart rate up, and a metabolic conditioning style of training system that I can give you more. If you want more information, feel free to take advantage of the super chat, and I'll definitely go a lot deeper into that for you. But I think I was hopefully very helpful in what I said thus far. Jack Ellison, do you got an Uzi? What's an Uzi? What's an Uzi? Ro Del Val, how long are you going to be in New Jersey? Well, the rest of my life, on and off. I'm always in and out of Jersey. I was gone for 2 weeks. I'm back for a week. I got to jump out for a couple of days, and I'm back. And I'm in and out all over the place because of the nature of what I do. I have lots of speaking gigs. I have lots of clients all over the country, the world, actually. But right now, domestically, I'll be traveling, working with clients. I'm here in the domestic United States. I have a few speaking engagements at corporations, which is very cool. It's a part of our business that we do a motivational style health and wellness protocol to really optimize performance of corporations and employees inside corporations. So I love doing that. That's one of my passions. And then just, trying to train, I try and get out there. I try and mentor under great coaches. I learn under other training systems. I work with other great teams. So I do a lot. Thankfully, I'm capable of traveling quite a bit. Jack, I love the knowledge I learned from you, Coach Jack. I appreciate it. It means a lot to know that you guys are out there and you appreciate this content. I spend a lot of time giving you guys as much free content as I can, and that's really the goal here. Give you actionable, evidence-based information so you can keep improving in your own life. Q the gun guy, thank you. Q, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that super chat donation. So cool. What a great little feature for us. And guys, just so you know, any money that comes in through the super chat, I'm doing good. My life is good. All right. Any money that comes in through the super chat will go back into improving our YouTube channel, to improve the cameras, to improve the audio system, to improve the team, even to get a videographer. A lot of you guys want me to start doing some sort of like day in the life and filming my meals and the way I cook. I would love to do that, but I have to have somebody following me around. It's really difficult. I can't do all that by myself. It's very difficult. I have kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. I have a wonderful wife. It's very difficult for me to try and film all this personal content in my normal life by myself. So that's kind of one of the reasons why the super chat is turned on. Of course, YouTube sent me a note saying, here you now approved to be a super chat, which is super cool. But any cash that does come in, it's going to go right back into growing the channel to provide a better experience for you guys. So there you go. Sally says, thanks for the free info, Uncle Mike. Bang, bang, bang. Sally, you got it. Thank you. And hey, guys, thank you all for the thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up for this video. Bang, bang, bang. It lets me know you are out there. It lets me know you appreciate this content. And allegedly, it will let YouTube know that you are engaged with us. The better our engagement is between you and I, hopefully the more YouTube recommends our channel to grow. And that's really what we're trying to do, is grow this channel, help change more life. Loyalty says Pellegrino takes sweet to me. I really enjoy Pellegrino. Jesse Lee, does running on the treadmill damage your knees or feet like some people say? Yes, it does, especially if you're not a good runner or if you have bad running shoes. So you really want to make sure if you're running, you're doing so with a proper gait, a proper stride, proper, I forget the term right now, locomotion, right? To making sure that you're moving properly. A lot of people actually develop all sorts of knee, hip, foot, ankle injuries as a result of poor running cadence or poor shoes. Nikes are notoriously terrible running shoes. That's why I bought a Precor. I have a Precor in my house simply because running beats me up too much. The Precor is awesome. Q the gun guy, Covington or Lawler, man, tough fight. I never pick fights, and I'm friends with both guys. I never pick fights. I think this will be a good, intense, action-packed fight. Both these guys are savages. I don't think Colby gets nearly the credit he deserves for being as good of a fighter as he is, though his resume is stellar. Robbie, of course, we all know is a beast. It'll be a good fight, man. I'm pumped up. Loyalty, is it normal to see results almost immediately after a rest day? Is that due to being new to working out? Absolutely. You should see results almost every single day, especially after a rest day, when you give your body a little time to deload and recomp. Greedy Salvation, boom, 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 boom. A $2 super chat donation to this channel. Greedy Salvation, I appreciate you very much. How cool is that? Such a cool thing. And just thank you for everything, Uncle. My greedy salvation, that really means a lot. Thank you. No question, even. Well, I'm happy to answer, of course, any of your questions. I'm here to answer everybody's questions. So you do not have to donate at all to get your question answered. You have my word and promise on that because that's what I do. But those who do offer some sort of super chat donation will definitely get a much deeper, more in-depth response to their question. I'll go as deep as I can. But just know, once again, that whatever you guys donate will be fed right back into this channel, upgrading the video cameras, the microphones, upgrading the audio, the switchboards, maybe even the background, the studio, but getting someone, hopefully paying someone, a videographer to start following me around. I think you would really love to see a day in the life of what I do, how I eat, how I meal prep, where I go to get my coffee, and just a lot of the interactions in my life. It's crazy because I'm just like many of you, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I'm a father, happy father. I got two beautiful little toddlers at home. I have a beautiful wife, very busy lifestyle. I mean, I'm up in the morning. I got to water my lawn every single day. I got to make sure my plants and grass is all growing and seeded and taking out the garbage. Not that you want to see that stuff, but my every day is busy. It's busy. So how do I stay how do I stay in shape and keep hitting my goals at this stage of life as a busy person? And maybe there's some best practices that you guys can pull from that. There's definitely lots of humor, lots of interesting things. I mean, I got Hollywood celebrities calling me, and pro athletes and NFL and NBA and negotiations and super. I mean, I got super cool stuff going on. So Greedy Salvation, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. Cue the gun guy, of course. Thank you guys for your super chat donations. It means a lot. Ack, hey Mike, how useful are those body fat scales you get from the high street? If at all? Not really. The only one I found, the best one I found, was to be the InBody bioimpedance scales. But like the InBody 550, the InBody 770, those actually work rather well. For a while, I had an InBody 770. This is a $20,000 bioimpedance scale. I had it in my office in our Las Vegas facility, and unfortunately, it was broken by a morbidly obese individual. And I'm not mad at this person. They just kind of leaned on it. Maybe it was intentional. Maybe I should have been pissed off. Because they like grabbed the top of it to like pull themselves onto it, and they like snapped it. And when they snapped it, it was busted. The piece was busted, and it messed up the interface, the display, and it just was a pain in the ass. And it would have been very expensive to fix. And we were like, you know what? We're just using it more for fun, because scale is one of the lesser important aspects of what we do, though we're known to be 100% successful with our weight class oriented competitors. The scale, as far as our criteria, the data points that we measure, I don't really care what you weigh. I care how you feel. I care much more about your blood work than I do about what the scale says. Body fat composition matters to a degree, but we can visually tell rather easily what your approximate body fat is, and we can also tell how you're improving. So really our criteria, and this is maybe to give you some insight, is how do you feel? Question one is, how do you feel? How's your daily energy? How's your mood been? How are you performing at work? How are you performing in the gym? What's been how has your sleep been? How regular are your bowel habits? How are your clothes fitting? What do you weigh? So what do you weigh is like the 10th question we actually ask. There's much more important aspects to your health and fitness than just the scale. But I know you're asking about the body fat analyzers. The bioimpedance scales is the electrical impulse being sent through your body. 99.9% of those are absolute garbage. The only one I found to be effective, and I did a test a few years ago, was to test this against a DEXA scan and a bod pod. The InBody 770 was the one that was most accurate, and it's most accurate to itself, which matters. Lightning, does doing the big lifts in the 10 to 12 rep range burn a lot of calories, especially squats and deads? Absolutely it does. I mean, one of the best muscle building, cardiovascular, fat burning exercises is the 20 rep squat. Much more difficult to do a 20 rep deadlift. I don't know that I would suggest a 20 rep deadlift. I would suggest more like 10 sets of 3 speed deads, not to fully load 20 reps off the floor, but a 20 rep breathing squat. Oh man, that's amazing. Adrian, hey coach, how do you feel about green supplements like Athletic Greens? Useful product or just marketing hype? It's just marketing hype. Just marketing hype. It's very easy to take a handful of spinach, a handful of kale, a few stalks of celery, a cucumber, an apple, a cut up, a peeled lemon or lime, maybe a quarter or a knuckle size of a beet, some microgreens, and maybe some coconut water to throw it in a blender, blend that bad boy up, and just pound that. To eat some red grapes and maybe some watermelon or some mixed berries throughout the day, you're good to go. Most of those athletic greens, they're completely underdosed, they're totally inert, and they're destroyed once they hit the digestive system anyway. So no matter what's in the bottle, you're not absorbing nearly what the bottle is claiming. Lightning, do you believe in being in the right state while lifting can make a huge difference in success as being in fight versus flight state? The right state, I'm assuming you mean the right state of mind. Yeah, our mind is everything. Everything comes from our mind. The mind overcomes everything. So absolutely. My man, real coach Mike Dolce. My man, I'm here for you. That's right. My job is to educate, to teach you more than I know so you can get out there and do more than I've done. That's my job as a coach. That's why I turn this microphone and talk to you guys every day. Zach C. Nick Lentz is I saw that. Man, Nick Lentz is a savage, man. Nick Lentz is no joke, guys and gals. That dude is no joke. He's one of the most serious, hard training, well-prepared dudes in the game. So Nick Lentz is a beast. Steve-O, love the show, Mike. Keep talking. I'm tuned in. Steve-O, welcome, my friend. Steve-O, new subscriber to the Dolce Diet channel. I appreciate you being here, Steve-O. I'm doing my best to provide actionable, evidence-based information for you guys to keep you on the right path. Whatever I can do to help you guys hit your goals, I am here. Whether it's answering your questions in these live chats, whether it's going on after hours and answering all the questions in the comments, whether it's creating these daily videos for you guys as I do my best to do, whether it's posting on Instagram or the live Q&As I do on Instagram. We have 2 new books coming out, Lean is the New Rich, and our baby book based upon my wife's 2 pregnancies, to which she only gained 18 pounds. Well, 18 pounds on the first one, 20 pounds on the second one, and she was back down below preconception weight within 2 weeks of giving birth for both. And then Lean is the New Rich, that's been a passion project of mine for a while. I'm hardcore putting the time into that one for you guys, where we actually blend fitness and finance for an overall lifestyle approach to being ultimately successful. That's a new one. That's coming soon for you guys. And this is all great content. I'm probably going to turn the Living Lean book, our #1 best-selling Living Lean book. Did you know we actually outsold The Help? The Help, which was an Oprah recommended book. At the same time The Help came out, we crushed it and we held the #1 spot on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. Boom. And that's because of you guys as an independent publisher. We had no marketing. We had no Oprah. We just had you guys who believed in us and who needed something. And then the word of mouth of Living Lean is really what spread the sales for that book. So you guys are awesome for that. And Steve-O, it's great individuals like you, members of the community, and everyone else who's out here to keep it up. Zach C., thank you for the super chat donation. Boom. I appreciate that. Says F. George Lockhart. Bang. I will take that. I would have said that for free. Zero integrity George lurking around the annals of the mixed martial arts world, trying to, lie, cheat, and steal, and slander, and defame his way to some sort of fleeting notoriety. But we know the truth. Zero integrity George. It's all over the internet. In my opinion, the worst weight management coach in all in MMA. And I do believe he holds the record for the most weight cuts botched, the most athletes that have missed weight in all of the UFC, I believe, to have been under George's care. And also the most athletes sent to the hospital and pulled from fight cards to have been under Zero Integrity George's care. I believe that to be a fact. So everybody, please do your due diligence. Go and look that up. It's crazy, right? Who they have? Kelvin Gastelum, Max Holloway twice, Khabib Nurmagomedov. We can look at what he did to Chris Cyborg, who subsequently fired him, said she almost killed him. Jessica Rose Clark. Who else? Macy Barber had recently came out and said stuff. Mikey Chiesa dramatically missed weight, said he was almost going to die. Paige Van Zandt said she almost died. Man, Kenny Florian never fought again, diagnosed with a severe thyroid condition due to the extreme weight cut. This is all in the public record. Crazy, right? It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So Zach C, though, thank you for the donation to the super chat to grow this channel. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys for being here. Marius, hello from Atlanta. What's up, Marius? Good to see you. Leonex. Sir, Mike, I started going to the gym, eating exactly my BMR plus 300 calories, eating a whole lot of foods and protein, 1 hour list, and gained 4 kilos in a month. I stopped the gym and I'm feeling like crap now. Keep going to the gym. Why would you stop going to the gym? It sounds like you were making gains, baby. Making gains. Oftentimes this happens when you start going to the gym, you will gain weight. That is a good thing. That is an improvement in density to your body. Your muscles are filling out. Hopefully you're eating nutrient dense foods that your body's now retaining, absorbing, holding on to. This is a good thing. Remember my criteria. Weight is last. How do you feel? How do you feel? How are you performing in work, at home, in the gym? How are your clothes fitting? How do you look in the mirror? How are you sleeping? How are your bowel movements? All this is information you should be paying attention to, not what you weigh. What you weigh does not matter if you feel absolutely amazing. You're totally energized. You're crushing it in life and in the gym. I don't care what I weigh. Me personally, I want to weigh more. I want to get bigger and stronger and more durable and more dense as I'm continuously getting leaner and more energized. That's the goal. So, Leonix, my strong suggestion is stay active, stay healthy and active, taking part in continuous, rigorous exercise. We are humans. We are designed to do that. Do that well, please. Alan, I've been working out daily with an occasional rest day mixed with cardio weight training. Since I bought your Living Lean cookbook, I've lost a little over 12 pounds and maintained my lean mass. Thank you for helping me transform into a better me. Alan, thank you for being a part of the community. We have one of the most amazing global communities here through the Dolce Diet and Fitness family, and individuals like yourself, Alan, make me so happy, so proud. This is a lifestyle, guys and gals. I say the Dolce Diet. I say Dolce Diet. We're called the Dolce Diet because it's alliteration. Dolce Diet, the 2 D's, it just kind of sounded well. If my last name was Johnson, this would not be the Johnson diet, right? That is not, it's like if my last name was Dick, it wouldn't be the Dick diet for sure. But because Dolce kind of sounded cool, the Dolce Diet, it just got up and running. And it's funny that before we were the Dolce Diet, before we had the registered trademark of the Dolce Diet, we or our athletes and clients would just call it the Dolce Diet, because I was focused on strength gains, baby, and the diet, the nutrition side. It was a value add. It was a freebie. But the athletes kept saying, and they started doing interviews. I'm following, kind of Dolce's diet, which became the Dolce Diet, and it just took off and it ran with it. I don't know how I got onto that, but there you go. David, how do you feel about one championship allowing soccer kicks to downed opponents? It's crazy. They allow soccer kicks to downed opponents, but they have this convoluted hydration method. Now, I'm not mad at their attempt to regulate weight cutting, because one did have an athlete pass away, which is very, very, very sad. But soccer kicks to the skull? Yikes. This is a dangerous enough sport. Why would you do that? Why not just give them throw a baseball bat in the middle of round 2 into there and just see what happens? I'm not a fan of soccer kicks to the skull, because I know these athletes. I know their families. I know their wives. I know their kids. I know their parents. I don't want to see an athlete get soccer kicked to the freaking skull. It's crazy, man. Zach says you should train Askren and get his dad bod down to 155 for a fight against Connor. Man, I'm a big fan of Funky Ben. So if he ever wants to pick my brain, I'm always here. I'm happy to help. Marius says, do you eat wild meat? Which one? Absolutely, I do. Now, I am a fisherman by trade. I started at 8 years old working on charter fishing boats. By 12 years old, I was a third mate, second mate, first mate, and I continued there. Never went past that because I'm not trying to be captain. But I used to work on multi-day tuna trips out in the middle of the ocean for 2-3 days at a time. I live on the ocean. One of our residences is here in New Jersey, right on the ocean. I'm fishing a few times per week and constantly bringing wild caught fish back into my home. We also have a fishmonger, a fish shop right down the street that has fresh caught fish every single day showing up. So yes, I eat that constantly. Also, I'm very blessed to have good friends out there. Some of you actually are, who have gifted us. They gift us wild caught meat throughout the year, whether it's elk, whether it's bison, whether it's deer, venison. Sorry, I'm brain freezing here. It's mostly a lot of venison, a little bit of elk that comes through. Loyalty. Chris Cyborg scared me during her weight cut under him. She looked emaciated and near death. I agree 100%. She said she almost died. And she had to take many months off due to the severe damage to her body as a result of that terrible weight cut under zero integrity, George. And this is all public knowledge. This is all out there. There's a video of Chris in a minivan screaming at George, crying as to why he did this to her, right? This is that guy. Terrible stuff. Juan says, I'm Juan, your Argentine follower. Juan in Argentina. What's up, Juan? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Leonix, thank you so much, sir. I'm heading to the gym after the broadcast. Bang, right on. 45 minutes deep right now. We're going 45 minutes deep. Thanks, guys. Van, do you work any fighters in 1FC? How do they like the weight cutting, and how does your diet differ with them versus that of your fighters? I don't work with any fighters inside one right now, though I am friends with a few, and they all say it's a joke. It's very easy to pass these hydration tests. I'm not going to talk about it here live on the show, but it's very easy. There's high school wrestlers in Iowa, in New Jersey, and Pennsylvania right now, 13-year-old kids that know how to pass these tests easily and certify for weight classes well below what they truly should be. A lot of this is BS, smoke and mirrors. Brian says, can you say what individual stocks you own? I won't say what individual stocks I own, but I will talk briefly about some of the funds that I own. One of my favorite funds is the Vanguard S&P 500 Index Fund. Now, I'm not telling you to buy this fund. I'm saying I enjoy owning this fund. Why do I enjoy owning this fund? Well, I enjoy dollar cost averaging of the purchases of the Vanguard S&P 500 Index Fund, which has a very, 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 very low expense ratio. I think it's 0.04%, which is basically nothing. It's almost nothing for the management, which is vastly inexpensive as compared to almost every other stock out there. And this fund nearly perfectly mimics the action of the S&P 500, which has been shown to produce a roughly 9.5% rate of return spread over the history of the fund. What does that mean? That means I will get nearly a 10% rate of return on my money for as long as my money is in this fund. Now, I have no desire to pull out any of my stocks or index funds until well after retirement. If ever, maybe it'll just go to my kids one day, and it's all in a trust, which is something that we'll talk about on a later video. But this is something I enjoy because it mimics the top 500 companies in the United States, which means there is a large hedge against a negative or a downturn. Now, sometimes the stock market does drop dramatically, 10, 20, 30%. And you know what I say when the stock market drops? High five. Everything's on sale, and I'm still buying. So when the stock market drops, I'm looking to spend even more money to buy my own Vanguard S&P 500. So that's one of the things that I personally like owning in my portfolio. And there's other stocks out there. I'm not a big fan of individual stocks because they are too volatile, too much highs and lows. But when you're focusing on index funds, there's a lot more safety in that, and there's a longer track record of growth. Um, Robert says, how important is the pH level of water and level should we aim? The pH consistency in water is very difficult. And why is that? That means these high alkaline waters that are produced as soon as they come out of the tap into the bottle, that alkalinity completely starts to drop. By the time you get it in your plastic bottle, they basically have traditional the same pH as drinking water out of the faucet. Zach C. One championship, get the Conor versus Khabib rematch and give Conor a dolly. That would be crazy. In ONE FC. Lawrence, hey Mike, I need one of those t-shirts in my life. Can I get shipping to the UK? You absolutely can. We ship for free domestically here in the United States, but overseas, whatever the cost is overseas, we won't charge you $1 over what it costs to come to you. So we can actually set it up. You can just send an email to support@thedolcediet.com. Boom. Boom, boom. To get one of these Dolce Diet #I Eat Carbs t-shirts. Free shipping here in the United States. Overseas, it's a little more expensive. Therefore, we got to charge a couple bucks, but I won't charge you a single dollar more than it costs just to get the shirt from here to you. I think these are shipping out of Las Vegas for you guys. And that'd be awesome to see you rocking it over there in the UK, Lawrence. You would probably be the first in the UK to have it because we've only been shipping domestically here in the States. Bradley Baker, Coach Mike, it would be nice to see you on the Joe Rogan Experience again. Well, I appreciate that. It would be awesome to sit down with Mr. Rogan, who is the most influential, the most intelligent, the most experienced. What Joe is able to do with his show, with the Joe Rogan Experience, is absolutely phenomenal. The amount of topics he's able to cover is mind-blowing. I feel like I'm sitting in a college class when I'm listening to the Joe Rogan Experience, to which, of course, I am a subscriber. I listen to lots of Joe's conversations. It's amazing. And what blows me away a lot about Joe is his ability to keep up with every single person he has on. It does not matter the topic. Joe has a level of intellect that is very rare. I wonder what his IQ is, if that matters, because that doesn't really matter. But it's mind-blowing to see how he's able to converse with such a wide variety of specialists in their own right, which is amazing. Like his brain, Joe has this like mixed martial arts level of intelligence on all topics, which is crazy. Why I would love to sit down and talk with Joe is because I believe Joe can ask me the right questions to tell you guys why we are the most successful, healthy weight loss system in the world, why we have proven to be more successful than any other weight management system in the history of combat sports that are even owned and operated by PhDs, those with advanced degrees, why our team has been more successful than any other, why our team is the only team with a 100% success ratio, why our principles and procedures are able to not only work equally for the world's greatest athletes, the highest level genetic superiors, but also the least of us, the civilians, the weekend warriors, those dealing with all sorts of chronic health problems. Why is our system so different? And I believe Joe is the one that can really help me verbalize that for you guys. I would be happy to completely open source every single thing I do in the world of weight cutting. My team has done. Many don't know we have a team of registered dietitians, certified trainers, exercise physiologists, those who hold their master's degree in nutrition science, exercise physiology, and I forget what the third one is right now, and also a PhD candidate. So those are all members of the Dolce Diet team. They help propel us and grow us to the point that we are. But I think, me open sourcing the information that we have, that's really where I want to get to. But having someone like Joe who can actually ask the right questions, because a lot of this information, I've been doing it for so long, I take it for granted. And it's sometimes that's why I love doing these Q&As. When I'm asked a question, I'm happy to just rapid fire answer. But someone as smart as Joe, as bright as Joe, who has the context of content that Joe has, I think he could really pull back the layers on what has made us so successful, why we far exceed every other team in the industry. And that's the fact. That's a fact. Our system exceeds every other team in the industry, and we've done so for over 20 years. And we've worked with the worst of the worst with a 100% success ratio. Why is that? And how can that help you guys, the rest of the world? That's really, I mean, that's the most important aspect, I think, of speaking with a guy like Joe. Would help. It would be an open source opportunity for this information to help you guys and whoever really cares about, optimizing their life. Michael Laviola, do you think most fighters set themselves up for financial success through investing, since their careers typically ends anywhere from 35 to 40? Absolutely not. The vast majority of fighters do not set themselves up for financial success. The vast majority of fighters set themselves up for financial failure. As you can see, so many of these fighters who continue to compete after their prime, after they've been knocked out or lost 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times or more, why they keep coming back for that 10, 15, 50, $100,000 paycheck, whatever it is, because they have no other means of financial stability or success. This is all they know. They did not do what they should have done with their money. They did not invest in a Roth IRA. They did not create an S Corp or an LLC with which they can contribute into a SEP or a Roth 401k. They did not do the things necessary to build financial future for themselves. They did not pay off their liabilities and turn them into assets, which would be like their home, or create investment opportunities for them. They did not set themselves up for a financial future outside of just punching and kicking people in the face. That's something that we have done with our athletes, one of which is Mirsad Bektik. He's going to be here August 23rd, 24th, and 25th for the DOLCE Diet Certification and Nutrition Conference. If any of you want to come and attend, go to DolceDietShop.com and reserve your spot. Do so right now. Let me put that in right here. The DOLCE, DolceDietShop.com, and register for that DDC. Boom, bang, right there. Register, get your tail in here, get locked in this facility with myself and my team for 3 days, and I unload a storm of content on you guys, not just in the world of nutrition and dietetics, but best practices in building your brand and building your business in a cash flow positive aspect. I teach you how to become a millionaire. And this is not a Ty Lopez bullshit, Grant Cardone, buy my crappy product. I teach you how to do it. This is the way to be done. And it has nothing to do with debt. There is no debt allowed. There's no loans. There's no mortgages. Everything is completely done cash flow positive. And this is one of the things we teach our athletes. This is something I've worked on with Mirsad Bektik, who will retire probably with more money than nearly any other athlete in the UFC and be completely financially independent. Excuse me, simply because he takes advantage of these known investment opportunities and tax opportunities, tax structures, legal tax structures set in place by the federal and state governments. This is what these athletes don't do. Many of the athletes fighting in the UFC, they're doing so as a private citizen. They don't even have an S Corp or an LLC set up for them. They don't have a business entity set up for themselves. That's one of the most crazy things I've ever heard of. That's how these athletes are running their own fight business, whether making $10,000 or $100,000. It's crazy because they are their own business. They don't understand that this is something that we try and teach. Let's see. Gio says, hey, Mike, I went from 309 down to 213 over the past 11 months. I just started weight training. I barbell deadlift. I do lots of body weight work, chin-ups. I run the sand dunes. I ride my bike all around town. I play in the park when my kids are, playing in the park. I climb in jungle gym. I do all that stuff. I jump over fences. I crawl under gates. That's what we want to do. We want to express this human body to the best of our ability. Hawk, what's up, my man? Hey, coach, how are you? Have you ever done the bleep test? I don't know what the bleep test is. What's the bleep test? Is that like cursing? Because I curse a lot. Greedy Salvation, boom. $2 super chat donation. Greedy Salvation, I appreciate you so much. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you for the super chat donation to this channel. That will go to building this channel more for you. We're going to upgrade this live stream camera. I'm going to find a videographer to follow me around so we can start finally doing days in the life and meal prep and all that stuff. And Greedy Salvation question isn't even a question. It's a comment. That's awesome. I appreciate you. I'm saving for a DDC. I'll see you in person ASAP. Done deal. I cannot wait. Remember, August 23rd, 24th, and 25th is our next DDC, Dolce Diet Certification and Nutrition Conference here in the beautiful beach town of Belmar, New Jersey. If not at this one, Greedy Salvation, I look forward to the next one. It will be phenomenal. And thank you for the super chat donation. That really, really does make a difference. It means a lot. Thank you. Bradley Baker, hey coach, can you find us the video of the UFC Embedded where they cook the chicken next to the toilet? Thanks. We'll see. It's a bunch of them. If you start doing some research, you'll start to find them. I don't know that I have as much time or that much time to do that, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll get one of our interns to do so. If you guys want to intern for us, support at thedolcediet.com. We do have intern opportunities available. Whether you're in the college setting and you're working, let's say, nutrition science, or if you're working the science degrees, you can actually work under our lead dietitian, Miss Meg 40, MSRD, LRD. She has her master's degree in nutrition science. And she is, I forget what the term is. You guys know. Whatever that term is, that she is credentialed to be your boss, essentially, your intern boss, to make sure you get all the applicable credits necessary. All right, guys and gals, I have answered every single question on here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to go back to the beginning of this video. Failure is a good thing. Failure means you're trying. Failure means you're challenging yourself. Failure means you're pushing yourself to new extremes. So do not be afraid to fail. That is a good thing, but you must learn from it. You must challenge yourself. You must get better. You must find more skills. Sometimes we have to dig deeper and build more confidence. And the act of failing and trying again makes me more confident. I have failed in every single thing I've done dozens of times, hundreds of times before I finally got it to the point that I felt like I halfway knew what I was doing, even to this day. I mean, shoot, go back and look at this YouTube channel from 2 years ago and 4 years ago. It was crap. Our podcast, same thing. The athletes, on the other hand, I think we've done a really, 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 really good job with that, because it was just such a passion for me. But we've gotten much better running a business, a cash flow positive business. Man, I've had so many athletes and people take advantage of me early in my career, and I was basically giving away my products and services for free until I found a way to actually preserve the integrity of my business and to make sure my business was cash flow positive. And then we were able to be very charitable with what we gave away for free, but we were able to figure out which clients were worthy clients and which clients were not. So I could go way, way, way deeper on all that stuff. Bradley Baker, you got it. All right, guys and gals, thank you all for being here. Remember, I Eat Carbs t-shirts are available at DolceDietShop.com. Pick one up and be a part of the revolution. Remember, keto is dead. I'm going to do a whole video on that soon, but I eat carbs. Carbs are good for you, and let the world know. It's funny. The compliments that we get from these shirts has been absolutely amazing. Until next time, guys and gals, boom.